We have to talk about Jurassic World Evolution 3. For a couple of days now, we do know for certain that 2025 is going to be the release year of a brand new installment of the Jurassic World Evolution franchise. Frontier, in a kind of weird move, have confirmed that next year's game is going to be a new installment in the Jurassic franchise. So without any other reasons, this must be Jurassic World Evolution 3, and that got me thinking a lot. So this video is going to be from a fan, a Jurassic fan, but also a park builder fan. I'm not a complete enthusiast, hell, I can't even pronounce all the names correctly, but I'm loving the franchise. I'm, leaned towards the originals a bit more than the new stuff, but hey, I'm a big fan of park builder games in general. Just look at my channel and you gotta find out relatively quickly, but you know that I have my gripes with the games, especially the second one at the beginning. I made a video about a year ago where I stated that the game is finally great, which still holds true, but still, for me personally, the announcement was kind of both. At the same time great, but at the other side a shock. I'm gonna get to that, but I'm gonna start with the shock part of it first of all. Now, don't get me wrong, I love new games. Obviously, doing YouTube videos, new games are kind of the DNA of being successful in the long run. And if you want to, get your eyes down below my video, you're going to see how many subscribers I do have currently, which means I'm on a good track to maybe hit the 100k this year. So from that perspective, I must be loving new games. But see, I'm also a gamer, and I'm a person who loves consistency, and you know that I've approached my channel over all the years in a bit of a different way. I could have been growing a little bit more, I guess, when I would have done things differently, but I always try to focus on, sticking to my plan and sticking to quality and stuff like that. So I wish this as well for games and stuff I love. Now that we do get a new game yet again in the same span where we have only seen one Planet Coaster, like one coaster game and one zoo game, is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. So the argumentation why Jurassic World Evolution 2 was released, and we know that from the leaks back in the day, was that, Universal and Frontier kind of agreed on the fact that Jurassic World Evolution 1 wasn't really fixable in many ways, so that they needed a new installment to do things differently. And that is the first point where we have to talk. Did they really do that many things differently? I would love to confirm that, but at the end of the day, and this was also my takeaway from my video, is that Jurassic World Evolution 2 now is the game that Jurassic World Evolution 1 could have become, but it's not more, It's an evolution of the evolution game, if you will. And as a fan of Operation Genesis, I would say that at this point, at the end of the day, we are kind of at the point where the level of completion and the level of what I can do with the game of Jurassic World Evolution 2 is at that point where I had the same feeling about Operation Genesis. That's the word I was looking for. And that's great, But it doesn't leave me with the feeling I would need yet another installment of that sense. So in a way, I'm like, okay, well, that means support is going to end for Jurassic World Evolution 2 soon, obviously. And also will mean that a lot of these things that still remain a big issue, and we're going to talk about all these things in a positive way later in this video, but I want to point out that still a lot of flexibility in this game, a lot of customizability, a lot of things, like we still don't have any bridges or tunnels or any way of passing anything but the pure terrain. We still do have many issues with the habitat builds, the choice of fences or natural barriers of our habitats. There is still a huge lack of customizability when you're not using free build mods, for example. So there is still a lot of things that people would have wished for. There's still a big gap between console players and PC players who now do not only benefit from mods, they also do benefit from the fact that on computer you have a lot of things in the sandbox mode together or in different various modes together that console doesn't have because of the restrictions of a console. So all these things together was like, hey, Jurassic World Evolution 2 was great, and at this point, after a while, okay, don't get me wrong. So you could have been building up from there. But then I kind of found myself in the same position that I told my viewers was a bit of an odd one when I was talking about a potential Planet Zoo 2, because the same arguments I was just talking about were the exact same arguments people brought towards me when I was talking about a potential Planet Zoo 2, because obviously people were saying, hey, Planet Zoo is a great game, they could have been building from here. But this is exactly where the things start to become spicy. Now, the moment where we are at right now in the gaming industry as a whole is obviously not the nicest we've been in after the almost exceptionally positive time during the pandemic, which I know sounds odd in that context, but for the gaming industry the pandemic was a gift. It just is weird to say so, but it's facts. And they all made the tremendous mistake to believe that it's gonna carry on like that, or at least carry on somewhat like that, which it didn't, which could have been foreseeable, but hey, the whole industry did that mistake for whatever reason. And so these companies need money. And well, you can guess that a Jurassic World IP, you know, the license to that franchise costs money, which I find interesting because I never knew how long that license were given to Frontier, or if they have like a contract or so. You know, for example, with the F1 games, we knew for certain that at least this contract for now is for 3 years. So we knew that the F1 Manager is going to be produced in 22, 23, 24. So we have these 3 games now, and now it's like questionable if they will continue given the mediocre success of that genre. But Jurassic World Evolution, by money standards, has been at least somewhat of the expected success. You know, it's not been exceeding these, you know, numbers and stuff they were looking at, I guess. But, you know, looking at the results and looking at what Frontier is saying about this, at least it was the expected success. Now, that leaves us, obviously, with the now confirmed situation. There is going to be a third one. So we know for certain that Frontier is continuing to hold the license of at least the Jurassic Park builder game. We obviously know that Universal is giving a lot of licenses to other like mobile games and blah, blah, blah. But we have this license. So that makes me now slowly move over from the negatives, from the shock that I was like, oh my God, please do not make another Jurassic World Evolution game of the same stuff yet again. Now we go into the part that got me excited. I waited to do this video. I'm a little bit late, I know, but I waited to do this video until I've watched the entire Chaos Theory on Netflix, and also did rewatch the entire Jurassic World saga to be a little bit more refreshed in my mind to talk about this right now, because we have to talk about the movies as they are a vital element paving the way of this game. And I am... yeah, this is, it's kind of hard. So the one thing that I'm very concerned about is that the Jurassic DNA, especially of a park builder, being on that island, having this very clear frame, you know, but the framework, the limitations were given by the nature of the franchise. That was always Jurassic Park is a park on that island. You had that little glimpse at the mainland with, you know, the second movie, but then again, San Diego was like neglected in a way with Jurassic Park 3, which I personally find a bit more like better than many people do, I guess, but I like the idea of exploring more of these islands. So I think we just have to hope that the new movies will go back there, even though we know that Nublar basically blew up, so literally blew up. But there are other islands, you know, it's not like we only have Nublar. There is like Sauna, Side B, and so on, and the others as well, which have been named in the novels a little bit more, and obviously the first Jurassic World Evolution had all the islands in a way tackled. So seeing that now rumors occur that there is a lot of filming going on in Thailand, and also obviously on Kauai, the original island where most of the first movie has been filmed, makes me kind of hopeful that this is the way the movie goes, at least for storytelling and at least for giving a bit of context to why certain things happen. But we know for certain that the new movie is gonna be set obviously after the events of the Jurassic World saga with a completely new cast. We know that Scarlett Johansson is confirmed, so also a completely new dynamic dynamic in characters, I guess. There are still slight rumors, I want to say, that we will potentially see a little bit of a crossover with the Camp Cretaceous / Chaos Theory, because that's obviously now official part of the Jurassic Saga or Jurassic World Saga. They have some very cool crossover moments in the Camp Cretaceous series, and now with the Chaos Theory, we will potentially see that in Season 2 as well. Now, all these things combined kind of create the ingredients for I'm gonna quote the Aladdin song here, but a whole new world. And this whole new world can go in so many directions that at least I want to be positive about this. I want to believe that this new dynamic breaks with the old dynamic of the Jurassic World Evolution game. What do I mean by that? Well, as I said earlier, Jurassic World Evolution 2 was a evolution of the first game. We got some new settings. Yeah, we went to the mainland. We have some very beautiful maps. We have some more stuff. We've got Biosyn in there right now. So all these things made this game obviously a lot more feeling complete. But as I said, Jurassic World Evolution 2 at the end is what Jurassic World Evolution 1 could have become. So I'm saying, like, I know why they did this. I know why they split this into games, but they don't really feel like as being super far apart from each other. And as I had the worry that Jurassic World Evolution 3 will build upon that, I, at the same time, have hope now that we will see a lot of different things based in the new dynamics of where the new trilogy is going, that we will find this in the game. I do assume that this game will obviously work alongside the new movies. That just makes sense. So I feel like we've tackled everything of the old saga, you know. I've don't really see them doing a Back to Jurassic Park kind of DLC in that time, because just like, I think it has to be a given. Like when Jurassic World Evolution 3 releases, there has to be like an OG mode or like a, I don't know, nostalgia mode or a JP30 mode, whatever you want to call that, but something has to be there, you know. You have to be able to access the islands from the beginning. You have to have all the original Jurassic Park models from the beginning, because there's no point in selling that a third time in a row now. That just makes no sense whatsoever for me. And I think that would also piss people off, which I can totally understand. However, opening this new world would give Frontier the chance, and also in combination with Universal, to open up the game, because now we have to take a look into the vital part of this whole construction that Jurassic World Evolution is. Jurassic World Evolution is a game made by Frontier, and they are very well known for their games with the games having a lot of customizability in there, and all of a sudden Jurassic World Evolution didn't really have that. So many people, especially in the first game, felt left out, because like legit it was a very casual park builder game with a lot of click and build, and there was barely any customizability apart from some colors and whatever. So the second game, you know, with the modules and with a lot more scenery items and stuff like that, already made it better, but just like barely, you know. It just kind of did what it could do in the framework that was established. So here's to hope that they broke open or just break up the construction a little bit. I think there is no way of receiving a completely new game that feels new. I feel like we have already to accept that it will build upon the mechanics and the engine and everything that is in place, because the foundation as it stands is great for what Frontier and Universal are aiming for. But obviously there is a lot of potential to change that. So to get a bit more, you know, a bit more detailed now and a bit more going into the facts, like I really want to see them tackling the pathing in a way. Many people like the pathing over the Planet games, for example, because it's more simple and more intuitive. But then again, you can hate as much as you want on the Planet pathing system, but at least we can build tunnels and bridges, which for me personally as a builder is one of the biggest flaws of this game. Like I love to watch Evolution Square's YouTube videos about the Jurassic World Evolution game. I love the fact that she's really going deep onto the imagination part and building all these implied things and stuff. But there is this little part in me, knowing what I'm capable of in the Planet games, that refuses to like step back and do this in such a way to make it my imagination build a bridge or whatnot. I want to be able to build a freaking bridge. It's not like asking for wizardry. It's like we need a bridge to go over water. We need to build a water stream. We need to have like a lake where you have like a viewing point over the lake. We need to have like at least a tunnel going under a habitat or so, like an actual tunnel. And you know, I'm fine. Like, you know, the way now the Hyperloop from Biosyn works is slightly what I mean, but like I need to have like at least a path connection. So I'm fine with it if you have 2 points where you plop down tunnel entrances and disconnect the path, and you can draw the path underneath like you do with the Hyperloop. Hey, I'm fine with that because I don't need to see inside of the tunnel unless I could click in an underwater viewing, for example, which again can still be done in the framework we have by just getting these viewing domes as we have them in Planet Zoo, for example, as well, and obviously we have them in Jurassic World Evolution, just with the lack of this entrance leading there. So there are a couple of things, but then like all the stuff we need of customizations and having a bit more guest interaction, like actually having bins and benches and all this kind of stuff that people can actually use and interact with, make this whole park element a lot more. But then, is it really what we are going for with the movies? And this is where I'm starting to be like, let's make a little cut here. This is all I wanted to say from my two kind of phases I have, like loving it and hating it at the same time. But now let's quickly talk about final thoughts on the whole topic. See, I'm very split. I, at the one side, love it, and the other side, well, it gets me worried. And the main reason for that is the direction the movies will take, presumably. Like, we don't know for sure, but the whole idea of Jurassic World Dominion is to establish this new era of dinosaurs living amongst us in the world. So I don't know where the park character is there. I mean, Jurassic World still lived on with that legacy of having Jurassic World at the theme park. But after that, the whole idea of a park is gone. You know, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom at least had like the revisit of the park. Okay, so you had at least this kind of abandoned park kind of flair. Dominion obviously completely neglected this fact. Like, we can't call the Biosyn Sanctuary a park. It was just like a sanctuary. So I'm seeing there's a little bit of a disconnect between where this new saga is going and the idea of a park builder. See where I'm going? Like, I understand that you can translate a lot of these new things, like chaos theory, for example, and all the dinosaurs and all the ideas with that. Having, you know, like, I don't want to spoil too much, but having this kind of storyline with Brooklyn and so on, tie into that, like, with some very cool storytelling elements. Campaign, I see all of that, but I don't see where the park building aspect is going, and this is what keeps me worried. Obviously, there lies a ginormous, like, chance in there of creating a second basic, like, timeline, if you will, almost, next to the movies. Like, tell the story of some people rebuilding a theme park on mainland right now with dinosaurs, because hell, dinosaurs are not like, they are available right now. It's not like you have to do something for it anymore. It's almost like opening a theme park and buying coasters from coaster manufacturers. It's almost the same thing. You now build a zoo and you get the animals from, I don't know, the wildlife stuff, and it's there, you know. So it would be the easiest to build a theme park. Maybe you can even build competitive theme parks. Maybe you can even have like a competition of your Jurassic Park versus another one, or you have to come up with creative names to have like the Jurassic, Sequoia Park in California. I don't know. There are so many chances and opportunities to do that. I'm just hoping that they find a creative way, and also a understandable way of bringing the element of a park builder into the new saga, into the new era. Because the least thing I want to see is a weird follow up of the movies in a way that we get some missions, I don't know, rebuilding movie scenes or so, because that's like not the park builder game I would love to go for. So yeah, I'm very, 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 very very split in general, like very, like one part of me is dragging me towards the position of hell no, I don't want to see that, and it's just, I don't know, it's just nothing anyone needs. But then there is the other side that pulls me towards, hey, give them a chance, let's hope for this one big step, you know. Let's imagine that even for Frontier, and this is where I want this video, let's just be positive and let's just hope that Jurassic World Evolution 1 and 2 combined are the first game they wanted to do. And Jurassic World Evolution 3 is going to be the actual successor, the actual second game they wanted to do, with the actual improvements we need to see. This is what I want to believe. And yeah, now it's time for you to give me. Also, first of all, I need to congratulate you guys. I need to give a warm congratulations to every single one of you who listened through till this point with my absolutely incredible nosy voice, I can't even say, pollen allergy hit me like a freaking dinosaur, to stay in the theme. I can't do anything against it, but I wanted to do this video right now. So, well, congrats, you made it. I'm very sorry, but here you go for a Rudy nosy voice. But yeah, as I said, I want to end this on a positive note, and that's it. I now want to see all of your opinions. Let me know what you want to see. Are you worried? Do you want to see a new game? What's your favorite aspect of the Jurassic World Evolution games? Or if you're not playing the game anymore because of various reasons, let me know in the comments down below what's stopping you from playing this game if you're a fan of dinosaurs, for example. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. And as always, if you want to kind of be part of this channel, follow along, you can become a subscriber, obviously. And if you love this even more, you can become a member, get some cool emotes and stuff. And that's basically it. So hopefully you liked this video. I know I did like making this video a lot. And yeah, hopefully we all see each other, hear each other in the next one, and yeah, at latest with some more news about Jurassic World Evolution 3, or if you're interested in all of the other games, obviously there. So, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I talk to you in the next one.